All right, welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi, y'all, on Tuesday afternoon. So it was kind of an unusual thing. I normally would have worked the 10 to 6 last night. I normally would have been off this weekend. I worked both days. I did a 15-hour shift and did a 12-hour shift on days off. Bank says, yay! Fuzzy says, eh. But anyway, so, and then yesterday, Monday, I would normally have come back for the 10 to 6 shift, but one of the other supervisors needed off, so I came in and did the 2 to 10 shift, and somebody else did the 10 to 6 shift. So anyway, I was tired. And but the neat thing off, I got off at 10 o'clock last night, and I didn't have to be back till 10 o'clock tonight, so that's a nice long stretch, and Fuzzy caught up on some sleep. Agent 00 Devin came over and did some running around. And then this afternoon, I cooked, and after I cleaned the kitchen and stuff, I did a little cooking. Nothing fancy, just some rice-a-roni. And I like adding a can of corn in with my rice-a-roni, the beef, and the fried rice-a-roni, and the Spanish rice-a-roni are good if you just add a can of corn in and let it cook in. But anyway, and then I did some hot links. So anyway, really simple stuff, and they percolated me a good cup of coffee. My little 70s. Polyperk. That's it. Polyperk coffee percolators. I've got a couple of them still. One of them went to wherever coffee pots go when they die here a while back, but I still got one 8-cup and one 4-cup of the Polyperks. Now I got some laundry going. It's a productive afternoon. And then I went out and had me what I call a drugstore smoke. It was great. I've got some older K. Woodies and Dr. Graybo pipes, and the K. Woody usually even older than the Dr. Graybos. But anyway, so I had a nice K. Woody, one of my favorite shapes. It's a bent pipe, and I had some Prince Albert, which is quintessential drugstore smoke stuff. Smoke stuff. So that was nice. So we're going to use some vintage Colgate soap today because I haven't used it in a while. It's in one of my little Victoria scuttles. Now, I didn't use this to soak. You can put the hot water in the bottom and you put the brush in to soak. That's for like when you didn't have running hot water. I didn't do that. I do it sometimes just to show it off. But anyway, a Burma Shave brush. How vintage is Burma Shave? That's an interesting question, and I'll tell you why that's an interesting question. I'll hit on this real quick because some people kind of use a derogatory thing when you get nostalgic about Burma Shave when you're using the Burma Shave soap cakes. The original Burma Shave was a brushless cream, and then after it was, after that time, and when it was bought by, I think, Colgate Palmolive bought it maybe? Anyway, that's when they used the name for a soap cake. But I still think that that was around long enough and everything that it's a vintage soap. And you can get a little nostalgic about it, even though you're not really talking about the original stuff that was, in the jar. But people will tell you that you get nostalgic about things. You always remember the good stuff. You don't remember the bad stuff. And a lot of times, the times you're nostalgic about, things weren't as good as you're remembering them to be. And that's true, and I'm okay with that. I think back when I used to, work on a cotton farm. My granddad had a farm, this, that, and the other. There's some stories there. And I can tell you right now that back in them days, I would have been considered pretty lazy, I imagine. But we used to do that. We had the farm there in Mississippi, and then we'd go down to Texas every summer, and we'd do the Texas cotton harvest. We did that for years. And there were some really good times associated with that. So you remember the good times, and I think life was back better then. And then you look at all the people look at all the progress since then, the improvements and everything, and you're so much better off now. How can you say you were better then when this, and this? And I don't always agree with all that. I don't think all progress is good progress. I think the world was a better place before a lot of the progress that we have now. I think we overdo things. I think we overcompensate things, and I think we are artificially doing things that are not good, mainly being there ain't too many people on this chunk of rock because we artificially extend the lifespan. But anyway, and before somebody hollers, I'm not advocating for anybody dying. at all. I'm just stating a point that 99% of the problems you're going to come across on this planet are going to be because there's too many people here. But anyway, here we go. So I was looking around and I had this star baton handle. Now the star heads, the gym heads, the ever ready heads all through these years, they look alike. To me, they shave alike. There's really no difference. And then they were all making a difference. Now this handle has had a rough life somewhere. The whole bottom is busted out of it, and I've dug pieces of it out. So it had a rather rough life somewhere along the way. I don't know what you do to one of these handles for that to happen. This is a razor I picked up somewhere. But the baton handle is nice and comfortable. People look at it and they wonder, you know, is it any harder or any easier to hold than any other? I don't know that there's any difference. Again, I don't think there's a lot of difference between shaving with a long handle and a short handle razor. But I've got very average sized claws here. You know, I don't have big monster hands. You may need something meatier to grip on or a longer hand. I could understand that if you had, you know, really big hands. But all I know is the 1912 models are a nice shave, no matter which ones you're using. I probably got more 1912s than anything. And probably a lot of people that have a collection have a lot more of the 1912s. They're more prevalent and they're easier to get a hold of, and they look really cool. They came in from really nice looking sets. I've got several of the travel sets. They had the ones that were a little bit different size for the little travel sets, the shorter handles, and they had a shorter distance up here in the neck and stuff like that. Do they shave any different? Not to me. Razor's a razor, blade's a blade, right? As long as you can hold the blade and you can keep a consistent angle and pressure, and you got a sharp blade, what I call, you know, if you don't have any defects, it'll shave. It will shave. Now, as you can see, there's absolutely no issues using the vintage Colgate. Now, I don't remember if this is the cup soap, the mug soap, or the barbershop soap. They started making Colgate, my understanding is, in 1917 with the barbershop, the one that had barbershop on the cape. And I've got some of those. I think that's what this is. And then the next up was the cup soap. I've got some of that. And then they had the last of what they made, they called it mug soap. And I've got some of that. But at one time I had one of each cake going, but I've lost track in the moves and stuff packed down, and I don't always remember what stuff is. But I think this is the original, the barbershop soap. Now I don't know when they stopped making it. They started making cup soap. I don't have a clue. But anyway, these vintage soaps are just fine. They look rough sometimes. They look all dry and everything when you get them, but they come right back to life with a nice damp brush. Now, there's no need to bloom them. I know that's the first thing people, I'll go soak it and let it rehydrate. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Use your regular method of making lather. Start out with a damp brush. Build you a paste. And then face lather the way God intended. And everything will be full. Be good. All right, I said everything will be full. How you like that? I don't know where that came from. Everything will be good. All right, a couple of shout outs while I'm thinking about it. Miss Susie, I'm not sure if you still watch the videos or not. But if you do, hi. Shout out to Mr. Nathan. How y'all doing? And if my sister-in-law happens to watch this one, sometimes my brother and sister-in-law will wonder how I'm doing, so they go jump on and see. And my sister watches a lot. She comments, so y'all see her in the comments every once in a while. Bless her heart. Oh wait, bless her little pea-picking heart. Yeah. We're from that part of the world. Bless your little pea-picking heart. How you like it? So anyway, quick rant I want to get off my chest. The other day I went to one of the local convenience stores called a Circle K around here. And convenience stores, you know, I remember 7-Elevens was one of the original ones that I remember. But anyway, so now they're starting to do that funky put in the self-checkout things. And this one's a little different. You just set your item up on it, and it's got, I guess, scanners all around, and it finds the code and read it. So the other day I'm going to work, and I'm in a little bit of a hurry, and I didn't stop and get anything. I wanted to grab me some snacks, a soda and stuff. So first thing I went in, and their cooler is out for their drinks, the big cooler. But they've got a little drink box. So they could take drinks out of the cooler, put it in the little drink box. It's probably about as tall as me. I don't know how many drinks that would hold. And they could have cold drinks to sell. But they're too lazy to do this. A couple of little gals behind the counter. So I gather up some stuff and head up front. And I get up there and they're talking and carrying on. And I walk up there and I kind of look at each of them and they point over towards the self-checkout. So again, here's another store that instead of checking you out, they want to sit there and keep talking and doing their thing and let you go check yourself out. I don't work for that store. I don't get any kind of a savings by using self-checkout. And these two little lazy gals couldn't even go bring some drinks out of the big cooler into the little chill box there so that you could have a cold soft drink on a hot day. To me, that's not very good customer service. And when a guy my age says customer service, the young people just roll their eyes anyway. Oh, he expects all this and all that. What do you expect us to do? Well, I kind of do expect that because that's kind of the way it's supposed to be. Oh, you're just old-fashioned. Okay. I'm okay with being old-fashioned. Well, looky there. We had about a day and a half's growth because, like I said, we've been off 24 hours and everything. So, and I shaved before I went to work. But boy, 1912 will clean that up in a hurry. So don't be scared of the baton handles. They're actually really comfortable to shave with. I think they're pretty cool looking. And I have one that is a treat razor. And it's got the baton handle on it. Now, it looks like the 1912, except the safety bar looks more like a clog-proof safety bar on it. And I love using that with a genuine treat blade. I do that sometimes. And everything's great. So let's finish up with some good old skin bracer. I'm running low. I can still get this in the stores. So disappointed I can't just drive over to Lafayette and get my Pinard stuff. I'm going to have to start doing some online ordering because I'm starting to run low. Woo, that is the ultimate old man smell right there. Skin bracer, if you want to smell old. But anyway, there we go. Got one of my Williams mugs out today. I do remember where this one came from. JR, I had this one made and sent to me. I do remember where some stuff comes from. Oh, good old coffee. I tell you, that's good stuff. All right, well, that's about all I got for today. I'm going to get ready and go to work. It is definitely getting hot down here in South Louisiana. I'm not as far south as I have been, but it's still far enough south to it's getting warm. Hurricane season's going to start here in a couple of weeks. I hadn't even paid any attention to see if anything was going on over across the ocean there. Our hurricanes start coming off of Africa. Monsoon winds change, and I'm not the world's best meteorologist or scientist, so I'm not going to try to explain the whole thing, but the wind directions change, and that's where the hurricanes, they start out, coming across the Atlantic, get here usually. And I haven't even looked to see if anything's going on, but anytime anything brews up, especially this time of year, because it can start early, trust me, all the local stations start putting everything out, but so far nothing. Well, I hope you're doing as good as I am. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shaves to you.